So Filian is in some trouble. I want to take a look at least this video. I want to take a look at the first descendant as well. I want to take a look at the sniper wolf. Filian did respond to the drama, which we'll be taking a look at right after we take a look at the scandal, right? We got to get the context or so to understand what's happening, so we can find out what's going on. So it's mostly over now, though. Yeah, but I want to take a look at it though. Like I said, I want to see it. What caused this? What caused this issue? Because I don't know. Okay, all right. I don't personally know. I understand that this video will be uploaded way later or so, which is fine. It's understandable, but it's me to take a look at things to see what's going on. So I'm gonna take a look at it. I want to see what's happening.
So today we're gonna talk about the recent Filian drama. Now, she is no stranger to controversy. People have been trying to cancel her for many years.
Why is she in trouble? That's what I want to know, because we all know for a fact that Filian always gets into some fucking drama for something stupid most of the time, you know. Either she done something stupid or someone else does something stupid, but we'll take a look. We'll see. What's going on?
And when you look at what they've been trying to cancel her for up until this point, a lot of it is just virtue signaling over edgy jokes she's made, or some people being uncomfortable with the fact that she has AI components to some of her platforms. But what we're going to talk about today, the most recent controversy, is a pretty legitimate one, and one that people have a lot of strong feelings about, and it's worth talking about today because as I covered this on stream as it was unfolding, people had very mixed reactions to what they were seeing. So I want to show you guys everything we know up until now, and you can make an opinion for yourself based on what we're going to go through. So let's start with Filian here. She has multiple VR chat related models. This is her main one, and this will be the subject of the first round of
that's a VR chat model. That's literally from Booth. This model is literally from Booth, okay? All right? You can literally get this model from Booth.
Controversy in this video. So recently she announced that she is doing a collaboration with Good Smile Company. This is a company that makes various figures. It is a pretty big deal for an indie VTuber to get a collaboration with this company. It's also important to note that it's
really indie. Wait. Indie VTubers get like team up with this or so to get their own figures or so? Shit, I would buy my own figure. Fuck. That would be fucking pretty cool. But unfortunately, you know, the problem is like, since I don't have my own model specifically, I can't do any of these stuff. Like, I can't do none of this like merch. I can't do merch stuff. I can't do like stuff like this, like brandings and stuff like that, because I don't have my own model specifically. So once I get my own model, then we can probably work towards like some of this stuff, you know. So unfortunately, you guys won't be seeing this for quite a long time.
It says Good Smile US. This is just
plus also I have to buy the IP from the artist in order for me to do it. So I have to pay extra to them, or work with some like settlement or some settlement agreement with the artist who makes my VTuber art with them, specifically for them to get a percentage cut for sales like this. So yeah.
Their US Twitter account. The company is based in Japan. And this is the product that they were going to launch. It is a Filian Nendoroid. You can see her model right here. And this would be promoted by Filian with this quote saying, "Uh-oh," which would age very poorly, because only hours after saying this, all of the controversy would unfold. So what happened?
Basement merch?
If you see...
So okay, hold on. What's going on here? Filian model is a recolor of a model Rindo by the TOS has said that the model stated that making merchandise where the model is prohibited without the creator's permission. Yeah, there you go. The creators themselves has also said that they weren't informed about this. Jingo, the original creator of Filian's character and model, which has never been credited properly, did not give Filian permission for any of the merch she's decided to produce. They were only informed after the announcement. Yeah, don't worry, Ko. Once you start your own company, you can just include yourself in the game special edition. yeah. I just include myself for a special edition. You know, get a figure of myself. Man, she said, "Uh-oh," like people gonna buy that for ulterior motives. I don't know.
This tweet, which would be eventually deleted by Good Smile, it was hit with 2 community notes.
Jesus
the first
Christ.
one saying Filian's model is a recolor of the model Window by Jingo. The TOS of said model stated,
if I remember correctly, I think that's a Booth model. Window Booth model. Yeah, is this one right here? This is the model itself. For those who don't know, this is the model itself. It's a a lot of VR chat people use this model specifically. So, well, that's not well. This is just the facial expression. You can probably get the model specifically from them, right? I think this might be the model. Yeah, this is the model itself. So this is the model itself. This is the you buy it and then you can use it whatever you want, but you can't do merch and all that stuff. That's usually 9 times out of 10 when you buy stuff from booths specifically. A lot of the models here, you're not allowed to make merch specifically for it because it's just kind of it's kind of obvious. They're making money off the work that you did, but you only paid for basically a renter's fee basically. So you pay $43, right? But then you're making like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because you decided to make merch for it. That's completely understandable. Because it's just stuff that they make or sell specifically for the audiences for them to use.
That making merchandise of the model is prohibited without the creator's permission. And the creator themselves had also said that they weren't informed about this. Jingo, the original creator of Filian's character and model, which has never been credited properly, did not give Filian permission for any of the merch she's decided to produce. They were only informed after the announcement. So a lot going on there. So let's check out the sources of these notes. Beginning with the artist Jingo. This is a Japanese artist who makes VR chat models and puts them onto Booth. You can see this is the model in question. It's called Rindo. It is not, very importantly, this is not a free model. It is one that costs about $40. And you can see right here, comparing Rindo to the model that Filian's been using for years. It's very obvious that this version that Filian is using is just a white version of this Rindo model. I think that is not even
it's just a recolor. It's literally just a recolor of texture.
That's a white version of this pre-existing model that was behind a paywall. And if you go to Booth's terms of service, you'll see that you have permission for things like live streams and what have you, but they're very clear on one thing, and that is the use for tangible goods. If you are
some of them do have this, like some specific modelers or so, at least from Booth itself. Like they do ask you to contact them if you're gonna try to make merch for them, because I would assume they want a percentage cut or so of the merch. Like it's gonna be some like kind of license agreement or so between the customer and the model maker themselves, right? Usually that's how it is most of the times, specifically behind the scenes. When it comes to these specific models or so, when they have like basically like a TOS kind of type of thing, like a big old TOS kind of type of thing. My camera's freaking out a little bit. Don't worry about that. Usually most of the time they don't have anything like that. Usually they would say, no, you cannot make you can't make merch or so with depending on the model or who the artist decides to put the rules or so specifically for them. So
we're going to use
each one is different. That's
these
about
models,
it, so.
These paid models for merchandise. You need to contact the licensor, the artist who created that model, and that'll be very important.
Yeah.
So here is the artist. They made a lengthy statement that's been viewed by millions of people on Twitter already. They say this: "Hello, I'm Jingo. This morning we received many inquiries regarding the announcement made on the Good Smile Company account about the production of a Nendoroid figure of the VTuber Rindo. I was currently traveling when I contacted you, so it took some time for me to find out the situation. Regarding the production of the VTuber Nendoroid figure based on Rindo, I was unable to receive any prior contact from Good Smile Company or the VTuber regarding production-related matters. From my perspective, I was very confused by the fact that a company was planning to produce a figurine based on my character and that I had never heard anything about this. We have currently contacted Good Smile Company and the VTuber in question and are awaiting for a response. It's not an individual issue, so it's going to take some time for everything to come together. Please be aware of this and be patient while we wait for the results." So based on these statements, I think it's pretty clear what this artist is trying to say. They're saying that they're blindsided by this collaboration because they have never known about their model being used by Filian, and they never gave commercial rights to Filian or Good Smile for this.
Of course, because Filian is a EN VTuber / VR chat content creator, right? While this person is from Japan, do you think they're gonna be informed of what's going on in the Western side of the world? Not really, to be frankly honest. You know, they're doing their own shit over there. So at the end of, you know, it's not like they're gonna be, you know, paying attention to all this shit and all this other stuff, because, you know, they got things they have to worry about.
This collaboration on the Nendoroid. Now, in response to this, there's been several questions people have been asking. First, people are asking, well, how did Good Smile not know about this? How did they not know that Filian didn't have the commercial rights to this model?
How the fuck are they gonna? How are they gonna know? You think they browse around through Booth or something like that, and they understand like where this model came from? You know, you think they're going to know? No, they're not really going to know at the end of the day. You know, so.
Well, I don't think it's too surprising that they didn't know. I think at this point,
Yeah,
someone like
they're
her,
not, they're
you
not
would
gonna
expect
know.
that she
Bro,
had
it's a company itself. There's just so much other shit that's more important than trying to look up, oh, where the origin of this model is from, or is this from Booth? Is this stolen, or is this, you know, all this other shit? So they're
has
not gonna
the
know.
IP
So.
and commercial rights for the model. I mean, that's just the standard practice. And as someone who's worked with merch companies, several merch companies, typically the first step is them asking you outright to confirm that you have the IP and commercial rights for your model. In fact, I know at least one of the companies she has made merch with outright asks you that as the first step towards launching your collaboration.
That's crazy. Actually, that's really crazy that there's actually literally a company who literally told her that, and she said, yeah, I know that they are my IP and blah blah blah. That's a little bit wild, to be honest. Even though she didn't bought the rights for it. Yeah.
And so it would probably
So
be
she basically
an assumption on
lied to
Good
them.
Smile's behalf that she had the commercial rights to this. Now, the next question is, how did this Japanese artist not know about Filian using the model? And I think that's kind of ridiculous.
Bro,
I think it's not.
Bro, it's obvious. Do you think when they post a model on Booth, do you think they're gonna look at every single person who bought the Booth model is going to be supervised by them? You think this person is going to look them up on fucking Twitch or something like that? You know? Gotta hit her with the Kendrick, you lied. Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Not too surprising that a Japanese artist would not have heard of an English VTuber. Like,
Yeah,
as popular
course.
as Filian is in the English-speaking scene, I don't think she's that big in Japan, so
No,
I'm
she's
not
not that big in
surprised
Japan.
if a Japanese artist just hasn't seen this come across yet. And on top of that, there's also claims, based on some clips that Filian has made, that she might not have even bought this model in particular. It sounds like, based on a clip we're about to watch, that
Oh shit, did she rip the bottle? No way. No way.
she might have ripped these models for free. So she wasn't even a client of this Japanese artist. So there really would be absolutely no
Wait, hold on.
connection between them
Show the
if this
goods.
clip
Show the
is
goods. I gotta
referring to
see
this
this. I
model.
have to see
You are
this.
so beautiful. I'm so glad that you like this model that I paid $0 for and I'm using for free. So what I did was I went and ripped the model from VRChat illegally. I uploaded it into some software that I downloaded off the internet, which is the same software.
Bro, you don't fucking say that on a fucking live stream, man. You do not say that on a live stream. Oh my.
Still using today. Because I saw this girl DM video. She recommended this software called Luppet. I said, okay, that'll work. So then I did that.
So if the model she's referring to in those clips
Okay. So I'm gonna talk. Okay, I'm gonna talk about specifically about this, right? About ripping models or so, right? I come from VR chat. Okay, I've done model stuff, right? Right. I've seen people rip models. I've seen people done all this shit. Okay, I've completely done all of this stuff. I've seen the nook and crannies of VR chat itself. Okay. There is like a subcategory group or so where they rip models or so specifically for this, right? And then they rip it from the person who published it. Like they're not published on a website, you know, because there's specifically websites. She self snitched on herself. So yeah, she did. Yeah, she 100% did that. So like, okay, so like there are websites, right, where you can sell models like Gumroad and Twitter, fucking I don't know where fucking other fucking I don't know the website specifically where you buy these models, right? Even I'm pretty much clueless, right, for VR chat models specifically. I know you can ask commissions or so for on Twitter for most of this stuff, which can get really fucking expensive. Or you can just have one that are like kind of like pre-made done, right? Which let me see. I can probably show you guys right now. Let's see. Let's just throw in Gumroad VR chat avatars. Let's get a random one. I don't fucking know which one I should. I don't really know the names for some of these, but like Gumroad is usually like one of the ones where you can get, you know, VR chat models specifically, right? Because these are pretty much like what is it, ready to use models. These are like ready to use. So you buy these specific models, right? Let's just grab this one for an example, right? These are like basically ready to use. You buy them and you can use them and you can do whatever, whatever, but the rules are the same exactly with Booth or so. You can't like most of the times, well, this is how they have it for some of them. I don't know if it's for everyone, okay? I'm not really too sure how it is for everybody. You can't rip pieces off of the model and then use it for something else. That's usually one of the rules or so specifically. But do you think they're all gonna listen to the rules? Not really. I think this is really cute. I would buy this model 100%. This would be 100% me. But anyways, like I said, specifically when it comes to some of these models, you just buy them here. They're pretty cheap. They're not really that expensive. It's kind of like pretty. Some of them depend. It just really depends, like if it's worth it for you or not, right? And I know there's other websites specifically where they post models like for free, right? Either it's from the artist themselves, they post it there, or if it's like a super old model and then they put it on there because it's old and it's not selling well anymore. So they just completely posted them there. Sometimes it's stolen, but a lot of people, the problem is, right? The number one thing, right? Everyone in VR chat, right, specifically, are fucking poor, okay? Like a lot of them. Now, if you're watching this and you got offended by that, it means it does not apply to you, okay? They're just saying if it does not apply, you let it fly, okay? It's for those that do apply to them, where specifically a lot of VR chat people are fucking poor. and 9 times out of 10, usually most of their models are usually ripped or stolen, which is ripped. Of course, they rip it, and then they transfer it into Unity, and then they do all this shit for Unity, and then they put it into all this other shit and all this other stuff. So into VR chat, and then they change a few things here and there, and then all this other stuff, and that's pretty much about it. So, but yeah, like I said, that's basically is what it is. That's the whole thing of Gumroad itself. So that's one of the websites. I know there's a bunch of other websites. I think there's like one more other website that I don't remember off the top of my head specifically, but you can do it off Twitter too as well. You can also ask them for them to make you a model specifically too as well, like not something super crazy, but you can ask them too as well. If you want a customized model, you can ask them as well. It just really depends on pricing. I know there's a certain friend of mine that I do want to get a VR chat model done by her. I just haven't gotten the chance to talk to her about it specifically because it's just a lot of shit has been happening. So page 1 is filled with furry stuff. VR slander increased tenfold. Oh, it's because like I said, furry sells. That's the problem. It's just furry sells a lot on there. So rip for their pleasure. They just rip it because they have no money. That's it. That's like literally it. Like that's most of like all the people that I know or so, at least, well, not now, but back then or so, a lot of people ripped models or so. They ripped it because they just didn't have money specifically for it. So like it's fine, it's fucking, I get it, I understand. But the problem is like it's such a small percentage or so compared to like people who buy actual models, because like there's a lot of people who actually do buy models specifically, because I buy models off Booth. Also, it depends on the Gumroad. I'll buy them from there, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just usually using my own shit that I have saved for such a long time. So I have a bunch of models saved specifically, or rather I use some of the public ones that are in VR chat, But if it's a model that I really, 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 really like that they don't have it anymore, then I'll buy it for me to use. But hey, Nix, hey Tokyo. But yeah, a lot of times people just rip stuff from VR chat. It's like the most common shit in VR chat, to be honest.
Flips is that model, the Rindo model. That would add
Do I
another
approve?
layer
No,
to this
hell no.
because not
Of
only
course I don't approve. You know, just fucking save up money, just buy it. That's pretty much it. So I'm like, that's it. So just save up money, just buy the model.
would she not have the
They're not that expensive. They're only like $30. A lot of the models, especially on booth, they're not really that expensive. Depending what fucking model you pick up or so, because this one's not that expensive. It's like 35, 40 bucks or so. At least this specific model, the Rindo model, right? But there's some models that are like 80 bucks, but it comes with like a bunch of other shit though. Like it comes with like insane stuff, you know. And it's a really high, well detailed model, so that's why.
commercial rights to make merch based on this model. She wouldn't even have the rights to the model itself, which would be another layer of trouble here. And you can see, right? For years, she's been making merch on this, and because she doesn't have certain rights, like at the very least, the commercial rights, it puts additional parties into a difficult situation. You can see there's other products she's made using this model for merch-related purposes.
Oh right, she's made a waifu cup. I forgot about that. Oh shit, man.
So now you got multiple parties involved in a potential copyright situation. You have the merch companies, you have Filian, and you have the artists from Japan, and they're all being connected in an international situation here, and it's getting really messy. And a lot of people have compared this situation to Neurosama and Vidal, and that is a example of how to properly evolve from using a default model. So in case you don't know, the original Neurosama model is actually a default VTuber model from VTube Studio. It's an app you pay for. It is the app I'm using to put my VTuber model.
Yeah, but at back then or so, I don't think he made any like he didn't make any like merchandise or so with this specific model, at least not until he got to here.
So. In right now, as you're seeing, and they have this default model that anyone who has VTube
at least to
Studio
my knowledge
can use and go ahead and live stream and do all that kind of stuff with it. But when it comes to merch, the smart move, as Vidal did, is to get your own VTuber model, to go away from default models where there might be issues with licensing and merchandise and all that stuff, and make a unique model. And that's what they did. It's obviously
technically
referencing this original VTuber default model here, but it's unique enough
especially coming from Japan, because Japan is a lot stricter. They have a lot stricter laws or so over there with copyright shit. Oh, she can totally 100% can do it, so.
Make merch off of. And a lot of people have been comparing the Neurosama situation to Filian, who did not take those extra steps.
The only thing is it's going to be difficult or so, because when they're overseas, so they're not from the same country or so, right? Because Filian is in you know, the northern part, the western part of the world or so, while the artist is from Japan. But the biggest law or so is that she did take the model or so. She ripped it or so she didn't technically bought it. So that is a case right there that she can win against. So
to go out there and get a upgraded model, so she wouldn't have to worry about commercial rights and things like that. And unfortunately for her, it was already looking pretty bad, but another Japanese artist would come forward to share some bad news. We're now switching to Komodo. This is a Japanese artist who also sells VR chat models on booth, and this is the model in question called
this model. I've seen her use this model. She's used a couple of different models specifically on her streams or so, and I've seen this one as well.
Called Mint. As you can see, it is another one that you have to pay for. It is not free use.
It's not that expensive.
And if you're familiar with Filian's content, you know she has alternate models, and this one would look very familiar because she has used it not only for streaming but also for merch as well. I think there is no debating it. That is the Mint model right there that Filian is using for a skin in this game.
I just don't understand why she just doesn't she makes so much money, right? Like she makes like a lot of money. I just don't understand why she doesn't go to the artist for these specific like models and then just ask them and be like, hey, can you use this as the base model, but can you change like to make it my own or so, but use it like the base, the body, the base and everything, like the eyes and everything like that, but everything else changes everything. So
name. On top of that, there's
I don't know if this one's being. I don't know if this one is ripped or anything like that. She didn't say. She didn't confirm it. So I know the other one is the original. The other one or so.
U2s here. There's debate on whether this is the Mint model or the Rindo model, but either way, it's one of the two. So another example of merch being based off of these two models that she does not have the commercial rights to, because as this second artist would say, they are aware and receiving a large number of inquiries regarding a specific VTuber. Regarding this matter, we would like to inform you that the sales model Mint was used as an original character, selling stuffed toys, distributing skins in racing games. No permission is given for the following. When using avatars, please comply with the terms of use. So now we got two different
Damn, dude. Okay, I'll be very curious of what she actually says or so on her response. I'll be very curious.
Japanese artists claiming that their VR chat models were being used for merchandise that they did not give the licensing rights to. Now, whether this evolves into a legal issue in terms of copyright, that's one thing that'll unfold or not unfold.
Yeah.
But the one thing that definitely is clear is this isn't a good look. Like, you have to be
it's really
honest
not.
here. Like, this is not a very good look for Filian one way or another, unless she can clarify a lot of things right now. And the way things are going right now, Good Smile has deleted their tweet, and Filian has deleted her quote retweet of their promotional post. So obviously there's something going on in the background, and she really needs to get on top of this because this is a pretty legitimate issue. I think it's something she needs to address. It's
probably being addressed behind closed doors right now at this very moment or so.
Good look, and she had ample time to remedy the situation by upgrading her model, or at the very least trying to get commercial rights for the models she was using. There's a lot going on here.
I don't think she can get commercial rights to it because it kind of belongs to everybody, and also it's on VR chat, so I don't think it's possible. Because that means you would probably close it down for everyone else. You know, that means anyone else can't use the model, but this person can. So I don't think that's what the artist's intention is doing. I think it's supposed to be a passive income for them to earn money from Booth or so, where they just, you know, post the model on Booth and then, you know, people buy it and they use it or so. And then that's a passive income to earn. Like, even I can do this too as well if I wanted to. I can definitely make like a couple Booth models or so and just post it on Booth if I wanted to. So,
but the reason I think
it's been forever since I've done 3D modeling. So
I think this situation has gotten
it's been way too long,
much
personally.
attention and really sparked such hostile reactions from people is because of what I mentioned at the beginning of this video. People have been looking for opportunities to cancel Filian for a long time, and I think a lot of the things that people have been trying to cancel her for up until this point were a lot of nothing burgers, but this one is legitimate, and now they're all excited and trying to cancel her and bring up all the old stuff and lumping it in with this recent merchandise situation. You can see responses like this to the original tweet made by Good Smile. This person saying, Filian, what does it feel like? You're about to be sued if you don't take the merchandise off the market or the creator a lot of money. The original creator of Rindo is coming after you for using his model for merch, which is a lie. Nobody's coming after anyone.
Yeah, at this very moment, nobody's coming after anyone. Can they? Yes, 100% they can. But that's only if they want to do it. That's only up to the artists themselves.
At least what we know publicly, there's no lawsuits or anything being filed. They just expressed their confusion about this situation and added in some necessary details for people to understand what's actually going on here. But you can see it's a gleeful, vindictive attitude a lot of people have about this situation. I've seen a lot of tweets like this listing off all of the war crimes she's committed. This person saying, let's recap, made a tasteless George Floyd joke on stream, uses AI art to make money on Fansly, bought a
it's not really that doesn't really fucking matter, to be honest.
VR chat model for $50 without getting permission. She has been making merch out of that model without compensation or credit to the OG creator. So as
she didn't even pay for it. She stole it. She ripped it.
you can see, people are bringing up all of the past controversies while they're bringing up this current one, trying to fully cancel her. And I think it's pretty unnecessary to bring up the past stuff. Like, a lot of that is the product of virtue signaling and people on Twitter trying to cancel people over edgy jokes or the AI function she has on her Fansly account. I think the main issue here and the
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that jerk off to AI stuff anyway. So
one controversy that has any real impact on her reputation and how she's being perceived by people right now is the current one. I think right now
Should
it is a bad
collapse
look.
soon.
No matter how you look at the situation, based on what we know,
I don't know.
is
It
a
just depends
bad
on the
look for
artist what they
Filian
want to
and
do.
how
So
she might have treated these artists and the rights that they have to these models. And that is something she should probably address, and something that she seems like she's working on behind the scenes, because there have
I
been
see when you
multiple
can just
deleted,
make a side
tweets,
deal
and
out
it
of
seems
it
like the
instead of
parties are talking at
money.
some
Yeah,
level.
like I said, at the
And
end of the day,
really,
it just depends on
next thing
it
that's
depends on
gonna
the
happen
artist.
is
That's
probably
all
a
their
statement
move.
from
It's
Filian,
their move what
and
they
we'll
want to
see
do
if
with
there's
it.
any
So.
additional details to come out of that. But for now, people have very mixed reactions to this, and I'm curious what you guys.
It is pretty shitty. Like at the end of the day, right? It's pretty fucking shitty that she basically stole these models, right? Well, I don't know if she stole the other ones, but she stole the first model, right, to begin her career, and decided to, you know, make money, make merch, and all that stuff without even buying the model, even asking for, hey, you know, to the artist to be like, hey, is it okay if I can make merch out of it, you know, and all this other stuff here? I'll give you like a percentage or something like that from the earnings of revenue, like, I don't know, like 20% or something, 30% or something, or 50-50, you know, because you're the original artist or something, because you put in all the work and I'm just fucking using it, you know? You know, it's none of that shit, you know? It's like, none of that stuff. It's already happening, is it? There's already a compensation between them. Like I said, I'm gonna take a look at the response that she made. I'll be interested to see. Yeah, in the end, the artists are the ones who pass judgment. For all we know, they're willing to negotiate. And this was just blow over. Yeah, they're probably just negotiating right now. It's probably what's happening behind the scenes. It wouldn't surprise me that's what's happening right now. So. Okay, so the one I wanted to see is this one right here. This is the one I wanted to see. This one right here.
So yeah, Filian responded to all of the recent concerns about her VR chat model and the fact that she might not.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I'm
curious.
curious.
For those just tuning in.
All right, sick. Okay, so real quick, chat. Want to say real quick. So, I've been talking to the artist behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys saw her tweet like yesterday, but we're gonna get on proceeding in a way that like protects her rights and, you know, it's compliant with the EUA, the EUA. So I'll let you know when there's an update. But with that being said, chat, are you guys ready to go? You hear an echo? That's right.
So yeah, I mean, it's a very vague response, and honestly, it's really probably at this point all she's gonna do.
Yeah.
And it really just confirms what the artist was saying. They tweeted this like about 10 hours ago, saying that they're working behind the scenes and everything's gonna be done to respect their rights as an artist. And honestly, it's not that crazy of a response. It's really what I expected. Like, she would very loosely and casually respond to everything, because I don't think her fans care that much. I think a small portion might be concerned, and she just wants to address their concerns by saying they're working on behind the scenes, and that's really it. I don't think there's a whole lot more to this. I don't think we're gonna hear about this anymore. I think it's gonna
that's pretty much it. That's the end of it. Like, yeah, dude, they have to get like at least a really good settlement or so with this situation. Man, they're gonna be cashing. They gotta cash in really fucking well with this one, to be honest. 100% they're cashing in pretty well on this specific one. This was pretty interesting to take a look at. Like, cause like how long has she been VTubing for a while? Let's see. So she's been on Twitch for 2021, so 3 years. Yeah, so basically 3 years of this shit. So damn, and she's made a lot of fucking merch. She's made a lot of fucking shit, to be honest. Like, no joke. Like, she's done a lot of stuff. So hey man, it is what it is. So yeah, man. That's insane. That's pretty crazy. It was very interesting to take a look at this specifically. Like I said, it's already been resolved, of course, which is fine. You know, I wanted to take a look at this video specifically of what's been happening. It's like, what did Filian get into trouble this time? It's basically, I'm just rolling my eyes on like, what is it this time? So, better question is the gacha games that sold that model. Oh, really? I would not trust Filian to actually pay because she couldn't even buy the model in the first place. Hey man. Problem is, you know, you're poor as fuck. What are you gonna do, you know? What are you gonna do when you're poor as shit, man? You know, try to tell those people who were poor and lived on the streets or so. Tell them, you know, say, why don't you save up money for that loaf of bread, you know, that you stole from the vendor, you know? Hey Heinz, thank you for the follow or so, hun. But yeah, like I said, you know, it's just kind of like, yeah, I understand, you know, but like, you know, hey man. I don't know how much, I don't know what her financial status was back then, you know? I don't know. She must have been fucking poor as shit. I'm fucking poor as shit. Shit. Fuck, I lived out on the street 2 times. You know, 2 times on the fucking street. That shit was fucking crazy, to be honest. It was not the greatest thing in the entire world, personally. But yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to take a look at this video specifically because it was something interesting to watch or so. You know, it's just kind of like, okay, what did Filian get into trouble this time? You know, so it's just the usual thing. I mean, cashing out is the best case of scenario. If the artist wanted, they basically sue her till she files for bankruptcy. Yeah, they can. If they wanted to, the artist can sue Filian to bankruptcy, but yeah, they decided to work things out in the behind the scenes, get a good settlement to be like how much money they should be giving to the artist themselves, and hopefully, yeah, everything's all good. They can, but they also need to
grab his dick and twist it. Oh my god, this is an MMA fight, dude. It's too much.
But anyways,
twist his dick.
That's pretty much it. You know? Hey man, hope you guys had a fun time hanging out with me and all those other shenanigans, and yeah, I'll definitely catch you guys on the next video, especially since it's international. Yeah, this is international, so you know, you guys can leave me down in the comment sections down below to say what you guys think about it specifically. What do you guys feeling or so, you know? Like, I understand, you know, because I'm poor as well, you know. Sometimes you gotta make some risky things sometimes to make things work, you know. It's just, it is what it is. But I don't think I would steal a model though and then use it for branding or so, you know. Like, I wouldn't do that specifically. I don't think I would do that personally. Like, I'm gonna steal a booth model and then make it change the colors and then make merch out of it and stuff like that. No. If I bought, you know, like, because I bought some of the models or so from Booth, right? Some of the VTube models that I buy, right? And the rules say that you cannot make any merch or anything like that. It's like, I'm just gonna buy the rules and that's it, you know. I'll eventually get my own model and then I'll eventually, you know, buy the IP from the artist if they're willing to sell it, or unless we make a settlement agreement with me and the artist to be like, hey, you're gonna get, you know, this much percentage and I get this much percentage, and that's it, you know. That's pretty much it. So at most, this is just bad practice than anything else. Nothing much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just her basically not taking responsibility. That's honestly, frankly, about it. So, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. Peace.